Alright. Looks like everything's good to go. Audio levels look good. And this is our AO. I'm surprised it's rare that we don't see a marked up OFCRA operation, but hey, I'm not going to be one to complain. If you want to follow along, you can always use the mission command. Maybe I just haven't hit the backspace. Yeah, no, it's just blind, huh? Weird. But I guess we'll see markings once we're in game or something similar. They should be going any moment now. Let's go ahead and throw our prediction up for this scenario, and I'll update my title accordingly. For Germans, opt for USA, Canada, and I'll set it for 15 minutes. We'll set it for 20. Just to go on the safe side, numbers-wise, we're at 167, so I'll just write 165 plus. And we should be good from there. Alright. And now we just wait and see. The operation is going to be Battle of Cain, which is meant to be something along the lines of D-Day. After the initial beach landing. But here, let me go ahead and read off its backstory here. So the Battle of Cain was a pivotal engagement during the World War II following the D-Day landings. Caen, a strategically important city in Normandy, France, became the focal point of this battle due to its transport connections, which made it a key objective for both sides. The battle unfolding in several phases, each with its own codename. Epsom was an attempt by British forces to outflank Caen, including the commanding positions around Hill 112. Charnwood followed. The British and Canadian forces launched a massive offensive to siege Caen's suburbs. And finally, Operation Goodwood, involving major British armored thrust aimed to capture the rest of Caen and push it beyond. Also, I think I screwed up the prediction. 1 second. It's not US and Canadian, it's British and Canadian, so let me go ahead and delete that and repost it. 1 second. I'm a little quiet, really? That's weird, because I don't know why it does that. Here, let me try turning that up a little bit. Now I should be a little less quiet, but at the same time, it's weird, because I don't mess with my audio settings at all. And it just does that. All right, that's fine. Let me go ahead and reset the prediction here. So OFCRA, blue for Germans, opt for British, Canadians, and we'll just set it for 15 seconds. So that should have refunded everything. That's to get it right. And we're still waiting on the map. I'm just waiting for this to get properly connected here. Oh, happy birthday, Obsidian. Hope you're doing okay, buddy. Regardless, operations here, we have just a bunch of common objectives. So capture Epsom at the 50-minute mark, capture the Charnwood objective at the 70-minute mark, and then capture Caen, Goodwood at the 90-minute mark, and then have your leader in the final zone by the 90-minute mark. First two objectives are worth 2 points apiece. Final one is 3 points, and then that final little bonus one is an additional point. So let's see, 8 points total on the board. We'll just have to see how things go. Very high chance of a tie today. It's just we're going to have to see how things play out with, well, the fact that we have a really high amount of numbers and the fact that I don't see any map markers at the moment, which probably means that both sides are neutral to each other, but we do have Caen set up right there. And I just don't know where the hilltops are. I don't see a 112. Okay, no, I do see a 112. So this is our final objective here, and then we've got Hill 112, so I think we might have Op 4 spawning from the south, Blue 4 in this objective right here, but this is definitely our AO at the moment. And we'll just have to see how things follow through and go from there. Regardless, we're going to have 3 different streams today that are planned. This is our first OFCRA PvP match. We always have it every week. This one, of course, being themed because today is the 80th anniversary of D-Day, one of the most important battles of World War II. Regardless, we will then actually be recreating D-Day. I will be taking 5 squads of British infantry, and we will be assaulting the beaches of Gold Beach. That is going to happen around 5:45, which is roughly in 2 hours and 10 minutes. And then we will be hosting POG's 19th operation on their current contracting campaign. Pay for campaign has concluded. They will be trying to steal a USS War Games today, and it should be quite interesting. But regardless, Bror, thanks for the 34-month resub. I saw your unslot request for the op coming up. I will take care of that. But nonetheless, hope you keep enjoying the operations, my friend. I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Nemesis, how you doing, buddy? We are just waiting for them to push through. NASA saying that Bishop Depso and Masano are now on his zap list. Lovely. Maybe we'll see some Zeus PvP. We'll just have to see how things go. Regardless, you have 8 minutes to make me forget your name. We're just trying to see who else shows up on the TeamSpeak, but we're pretty much going to be doing back-to-back-to-back streaming tonight, and then maybe I'll do some mission dev tonight, but we'll have to see how things go. I've got a lot to do today. I do, Don? Oh, boy. Can't wait to see what else I have to read through. Is it a Twitch one, or is it a Discord one? I had someone joking that they were going to type in the Honeypot channel on Discord last night. I didn't check if they did, though, but it would have been funny as hell. Man, but JY, thanks for the 59-month resub, buddy. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of today's scenarios. Hey, Sea Turtle, how you doing? Yeah, Nem, 7 years, 7 months. You've been here since very close to the beginning, buddy. Good God. Nonetheless, we have plenty of streaming to do, so hopefully we'll get to it. Usually they push through by 3:30, so I'm a little worried about how long this is taking, but I should still have enough time to get my people sorted for the D-Day op. And if I don't, I can just tab out and send everything. You feel old? Yeah. I feel old too, buddy. I'm going to be 30 in a few years. And if that isn't old, then I don't know what is. Oh. Nemesis is about to type something pretty nasty in chat. Turtle, I'm doing fine. Just busy day. Spent a lot of this morning doing some various mission devs, some video editing, catching up with a lot of my DMs. Had some great conversations with a few people, and had to patch a few things up because, oh, the EULA for Arma 3 is a tricky thing. But hey, things happen. Sergeant Cooper, welcome to the... I don't know who's messing with NASA, but that don't look good. You bastard. Yeah, exactly. There it is. Don, I really hope you took an image of that and you either put it in the What I Deal With channel on the Discord or the moderator Discord. I'm actually going to check it right now. I hope to God you put it in somewhere. I want to read it. One is... Oh, I know who the second one was, but that's funny. Wow, yeah. Amazing. Oh, man. Do a majority of Arma 3 communities require the DLCs? So, normally I would tell you that I don't speak on behalf of a majority of the communities, but I've worked in quite a few, at least a few dozen communities in the past year alone. I've definitely, in the 8 years of doing this job, have done over 100. Most don't, but most don't do general Arma. A lot are niche on, like, you know, being a Star Sim or a Halo Sim or a World War II Sim, and they don't require everything, but you would really just have to check with the community at hand on their Discord and ask somebody, hey, what CDLCs do you use? I wouldn't say Marksman is a normal one either. Apex isn't even really much of a normal one because there's so many mods out there that kind of you don't need to know it for anymore. So, say la vie on that. But we have a massive amount of stuff to go for. So, wow, we have a lot of different places here, and they do have the British coming from the north. I'm getting some deja vu here. Like, I've seen this play out before. Could be wrong, but this feels oddly familiar. But anyway, let's go ahead and go over the objectives. So Kremet is going to be commanding the entirety of Blue 4, aka the German side. Op 4 is going to be commanded by Phobos with Krieg as the 2 IC. Otherwise, we're going to go through all the Blue 4 groups of equipment and then all of the Op 4 groups for equipment. So Blue 4, we have a couple wagon transport here. We've got a PAK 40 that's going to be towed by a truck. A little bit of desync probably to initialize everything, but that's fine. We've got a Flak 38 piece right here, and then we've got multiple MG42 statics. Interesting. All right, looking over at the next section, we've got, let's see, oh god, they're yellow shining. Another Flak 38 on a truck, multiple MG42 cars, a double MG42 half track, and then we've got a little bit of a command element right here. That's Kremet right there. We've got for our third group, looking over, it looks like this is mainly an infantry grouping. Ah, the server just died. We got 2 more MG42 cars. We've got 3 half tracks with a bunch of German infantry. And then we've got for our final group all the way back here, it looks like this is an armor group here. We've got a tank destroyer, we've got a Tiger, and we've got a Panzer IV. 2 more MG42 cars and 2 half tracks. That's funny. All right, looking over at Red 4. We have some frontline elements here. Oh, that's not good. So it looks like the Bren carriers exploded, and some stuff exploded on spawn, and that might have just caused the server to magically crash. That's funny. Oh, dear, oh, dear. I don't know why those Brens would have exploded, but who the heck knows at this point. I'm just looking to see if anything else is destroyed. But it looks like just a bunch of half tracks with 50 cals here, and then you got some mobile Willys Jeeps with cars. We've got, oh gosh, a Cromwell, a 2 Fireflies actually, and then a Crocodile. No. Actually, I don't know what designation of tank that is. I want to say Crocodile or Cromwell, but that might be something different. But if anyone else knows one, feel free to message. But otherwise, 5 seconds, and there goes connection. Default lost automatically. Mwah. Who knows? It's a Cromwell? Gotcha. All right, well, a little bit of technical difficulties here. I am going to use this opportunity to try to figure out what's going on. All right, let me go ahead and just wait in the loading screen until I can connect back, and we'll see how things go. Crocodiles are the Churchills with the flamethrowers. Oh, boy. Here, I know what we can do in the meantime. 1 second. One of the most common questions I get from fans is where can I find a good Arma 3 unit to play in? One of my biggest recommendations is milsimunits.com. You can click on the Arma button on the main browser, and it'll take you to a page where you can see various different Arma unit listings. Each listing has a nice picture representing the unit, a brief synopsis, and the information you need to join the unit. Unit leaders can also sign up on the website for free by simply joining the website's Discord. Suffice to say, I'm running out of ideas, gentlemen. Plinko to decide who we caster curse. I don't have the Plinko camera up because I was going to reinstate it tomorrow for DayZ, but let me try reconnecting to the server real quick. Take a shot every time you get a tank or gun designation. You mean Ron? Or, oh, you say it in the next one. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, bro. I don't know every single tank, alright? I don't know every single name for every single weapon platform in the world, alright? I'm sorry to disappoint. Ay, cue the goat scream. Yeah. That just sounds decrepit at this point. Is bad that I want undead Germans to be in a D-Day op? Why? Take a shot anyway? Of what? I don't have any alcohol right now. I mean, the next room over, I have enough alcohol to kill me 5 times over, but I don't feel like drinking. The more deceptive, the better. You mean decrepit. Change the poor guy's battery? Yeah, one day. One day. Well, of course video games are going to teach you the names of everything. Just responding to a few people. So anyway, I'm sure they're having technical difficulties and they're getting things fixed. They've had large-scale operations before. We're at 171 now, so I'm just go ahead and make 2 quick changes there, and we'll see how things go. Nazi Zombie D-Day Halloween up? No. I'd do something else for Halloween. Look, I mean, I already have a lot on my docket for what we're doing locally right now, but we'll get there when we get there. Ho ho. Or hoi hoi. Oh, man. I already server-side tested the POG and the D-Day op, so I know they're ready to go. D-Day is going to be laggy for the first few minutes, but we'll get there when we get there. Nonetheless. Oh, I still struggle to tell the difference between a T80 and a T72. The T80 is more sleek and, like, thin and compact, while the T72 is more out there, but both have a different type of engine and both make different engine sounds. So that's how I can help determine the difference, but that requires them to be on, and, well, they're not always on. Sometimes they're static, and I just look at them and go, yeah, that's a tank. I don't remember what type of tank, but that is a tank. Ah, man. Alright, here's the deal. I am going to... We'll see how long it takes for them to get the server back up, but I might redo the prediction message just to keep things in sync. I'm trying to join the server again just to see what's going on, but we'll get there when we get there. Now we're just playing a game of wait and see. Oh, that's how you can tell if the exhaust is on the rear or the side? Fair enough. Can I tell the difference between a T54 and a T55? I can, bro. Believe it or not, a T54 has one less number than a T55, which is why you have one that's a 55 and one that's a 54. Go after yourself. I love it. Oh, yes, the KV1 Zis versus the KV1. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Guys, I just make Arma scenarios, okay? I don't know. What happened? The server loaded in and immediately killed itself. And when I looked at all the spawn points, it looked like there was, 2 of the, Ren carriers or universal carriers, whatever they want to call themselves, exploded. And, the server just died. I'm a funny turtle? No, I'm not. Drunk Firebear, thanks for giving Nemesis a sub. Hope you both keep enjoying the operation, so we get a nice kick out of this scenario. Ay. Let me just check my own Discord to see if anything crazy is going on. Ghost Wolf just sent me a list of a bunch of stuff he's working on for his DayZ server, so we're going to have a fun bit of DayZ shenanigans to go on. I might do that one tomorrow night instead of Razors, so we'll see. Just depends if I can get everything working in time. You know, when I need to give myself a smile, I go over and I look at all of the discussion boards for Homeworld 3, and I just laugh at how effed up that game is. Then I realize, you know, things could be a hell of a lot worse. Just remember, most of the games coming out are going to be ham-fisted with DEI and politics, and, hey, it's not too late to go back and play some older games, like, Arma 3. I am half tempted to make some, bullshit Arma 3 related ops, though. The website I mentioned? Oh, yeah, it does help if I pair it with the thingy, right? Whoops. Oh, hey, look, the server's back. Okay. I'm gonna take this away. And we're gonna hope the server doesn't Alt F4 itself. Version 9. Oh, boy. What has 2 A's? You got a Nintendo from the 80s 1 foot away from you? Great, bro. Ah, man, such revolutionary graphics on the 80s era Nintendo, right? When you and somebody started a liberation campaign, there's 6 of you and you can guess how well that's doing. I've seen 6 people beat a liberation server. They just had good communication. It has 2 A's. Oh, AA batteries. That's what he meant. I'm caster cursing the server. Well, you know, I thought I would change it up today. You know, I'm normally caster cursing players, and I thought, you know, what could be one step above caster cursing players? What if we just caster curse the entire server while we're at it? I thought it would be pretty funny. Ah. We have now... We have now gone to version 10. Excellent. You just had to do a few things like making sure the AI don't see you through the bushes. Yeah, damn those AI being able to spot you from, you know, 5 or 6 hedgerows away and start suppressing you. I love how we actually have Arma 3 AI on its own base to, like, they used to do that all the time. Now they're super optimized to do it, but a lot of people, for whatever reason, decided that wasn't good enough, and then are getting mods like Lamb's AI and Lamb Suppression to then bring that feature back. I've noticed that in working with some server communities recently, where AI will start shooting people through the bushes again, but nobody complains about it anymore. And I bring it up, I'm like, hey, you know, like, the AI are shooting you guys through bushes that they normally wouldn't be able to see you, because I think you have Lamb Suppression on. They're like, ah, that's okay, it's fine. It's like, what? That was, like, the #1 complaint I got back in, like, 2017, 2018, was, oh, Liru, you gotta fix it. The AI is able to shoot us through, like, rows of bushes and everything. And now, 2023, 2024, psh, it's totally fine. It's like, what the fuck? So, look, I've come to realize that people that complain about things will eventually just accept them if they're minor. Yeah, they've inhaled so much copium that no one cares anymore. Which sucks, because eventually that means I'm going to care a little less about it, but at the same time, it's like, but... I got earfuls about this years ago, and now it's like, people don't mind anymore. Who the heck knows? Oh well. We'll keep working on things to fix them, and we'll just see how we go from there. Anyway, let's push through. Oh, no, we're just in the map screen. They're going to try booting it again. They switched a version of it, so hopefully that means it's updated. And hopefully it won't last super duper long, because I do have an op at 5:45 that I will have to dip out for, so... Yeah, we'll see how things go. I know the D-Day op isn't going to take a full 2 hours. At least I think. It should take like 45 minutes to an hour at most, but... We'll see how things go. Liru, I'm trying to sneak around in your Arma 3 operation through the hedgerows, but the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting the Arma 3 AI, and they start suppressing me through it. Can you patch it? God damn. You're using the campaign to slowly relearn the controls? Nice. Oh yeah, chat, I need you to help me bully Nemesis so we can host another official Savage game design operation through all of their framework so I can pretend to be official again. So if you see Nemesis, bully him in chat for me. No, bully him. Nemesis, I already threatened you, alright? And I already drew the meme with myself as the Chad, alright? You can't win anymore. Because once someone draws me, like, you know, the real winner as the Chad character, it's over. You have to do what they say. Why bully the old man? Oh, God. Luton Jr., God damn, you know how much I hate that nickname. I ran into him on a Dark Tide match a few weeks ago, and I kept my mouth shut. And then I looked at the Steam username. I'm like, yeah, that's him. Okay. I played Barrels with him. If you've played Dark Tide and you know the game of barrels, you know. But for those of you that don't know, Dark Tide has a lot of explosive barrels in it. And you can shoot those barrels and cause a player to fly off the map and kill them. It was fun. It was cathartic. I enjoyed it. Anyway. Yes, you do, Nemesis. Yes, you do. Oh god, people are typing in Morse code now. Look, I've worked with a lot of YouTubers, alright? Some I really like, some I have beef. And I've got a lot of funny stories from a lot of different people. I mean, it's gone so many different ways. Some have tried... Again, some I've had great relationships with that even go to this day. Some have tried to backstab me. One tried to DDoS me into oblivion. One tried to completely throw everything under me and throttle the shit out of me. It's just... I've got so many wonderful stories. But when you're dealing with big YouTubers, you deal with a lot of big egos, too. And the ones that don't have big egos are usually so busy you can barely get into contact with them anyway. That's not a bad thing, though. But still, I've got plenty of fun stories. And you gotta remember, there are so many people out there that idolize these people, myself included. Crazy how all that works. Nemesis, you know me, buddy. I literally just want some work to do. Amen on the ego part. Yeah. Oh. Look, I'm just happy all the people that tried to murk my ass aren't around anymore. They're off doing things that aren't Arma 3 related. And the ones that are around doing Arma 3, I've got good relationships with. Oh, did they send some stuff back? Yeah. So, putting some context on Nemesis's comment. Every Sunday, when I have the opportunity to, you guys see me stream with the RT Columbia community, which are the Vietnam SOG vets, as well as other vets, playtesters, devs, even Rob, aka Eggbeast, who's the project lead for Savage Game Design for SOG Prairie Fire. Before we started this stream, I went in there and said, hey, anyone have any good ideas for a large-scale Vietnam operation? And I haven't been able to check it yet because we started the stream and I was going to check it after all the streams, but Nemesis is saying that some people already wrote in there, so perfect. That makes it easy for me because then I don't have to think of ideas. I was actually talking to Claire earlier today, and I just outright told him, like, look, not giving any context to the conversation we were having, but it led on the topic of I'm really good at just making what people tell me, but having to come up with my own content sometimes is just a brain drain for me, which is why I have operation suggestion channels. If people just give me an idea, I can take it and make anything work with it, but sometimes I just have to sit here and go, I don't know what to host. Regardless, Tom and Jerry, thank you for the 48-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations, buddy. That gets you, that's the 4-year Lance Corporal badge. Wear it with pride, buddy. Hope you keep enjoying the operations and hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Oh, man. Hopefully we get started soon. These guys are an hour late, and I'm a little worried because this might cut into the start time of our D-Day op, but I'll make everything work. I've got an idea page on my Discord, and then people also DM me stuff. That's all part of the open door policy. Though I will admit, that open door policy has led to some really... It's a range. Christ. I mean, like, I got people that go in there that just, you know, randomly send me stuff. I get spam. I get porn. Then I have people that jump in there that just need someone to talk to. I had to talk someone out of committing self-delete a few weeks ago. Like, it is a massive range of conversations that have stemmed from that. And it certainly keeps things interesting, but, oh, God, it can get heavy sometimes. Jeez. But look, at the end of the day, guys, I'm a YouTuber, a Twitch streamer, a content creator. I'm here for all of your amusements. Take care of yourselves. And just remember, this is a video game. We're all here to have fun. Let's have fun. Alright? That's it. That's what we're going for. You better have that 8-year badge ready in 4 and 5 months. I mean, we should have an 8-year badge. I mean, since I have a second. How many badges on Twitch? Can I even look up that statistic? Nope, that's Twitter. I want Twitch. Thank you. Oh god, my own voice, because it routed me to my own channel instead of my dashboard. Ugh. Community activity. How do I check how many badges I have? Because I genuinely... Subscriptions, maybe? Hybrid badges. Oh my god, we don't have an 8-year. Oh. We don't have an 8-year. Shit. I have to make an 8-year. Well. Huh. I guess that makes sense, but... I mean, let me... Have they pushed through yet? Okay, they're pushing through, so I maybe... Maybe they were locked? Because we have the emerald, the ruby, and the sapphire. After gold, yeah, silver, gold, diamond, emerald, ruby, sapphire. I might have to go make some more on Fiverr. Fudge. Oh, that'll be added to the list. Good God. I'll just have to get someone on Fiverr and go, hey, here's the original badge. I need you just to change the color for me, and I need it to be like... God, I need to come up with 3 more gemstones, and then the 10-year one needs to be like a... I don't even know. I think after 10 years, though... Do you even need more badges after 10 years? Like, I don't even know anymore at that point. I think 10 years is a good stopping point. And then randomly after 15 years, there'll be just a goat badge. You'll get a goat next to your name. They're the people that have been here for a long, long time. God, let me think about it in my head real quick. Also, they finally got all the markers up. That's funny. Yeah, so I think they released something that was completely broken. We also have a blue 4 marker all the way up there. Cool. But regardless, let's see. I'm just trying to think in my head if we have 10 years at... I need to write something down real quick. So 8 at that. Oh, God. That means, no, we have to do it at our 20-year mark. Because by the time we've been streaming for 20 years and people get a sub badge for 20 years, that means half of my life has been on streaming. Fuck me. Oh, that's in like 12 or 13 years. Jesus Christ. That'll be the end goal, a 20-year badge. And at that point, I'm not doing them anymore. Goat dad. Not goat, but goat. Well, thanks, What's That, for your backhanded comment. Always appreciate them. As well as your sarcasm and sass. 10 years as a dragon dildo. Alright. We're here. We're finally freaking here. Let's see if the server randomly breaks. Okay. Things look good. I think the server just didn't have its proper markers or anything on it. So, let's go ahead and go through everything. So, with this video, since it was 35 minutes late, regardless, Kremit, excuse me, is going to be commanding Blue 4. Zixmi is just leading a platoon. Op 4 going to be commanded by Phobos and Krieg. But regardless, let's go ahead and look over at what Blue 4 has here. So, we've got a PAK 40 tied to a truck. We have a command vehicle. We've got a turreted Flak 38. And then 3 machine gun trenches because these guys are right on top of the defense. The HQ element for Blue 4 over here, we've got a mobile Flak 38, 4 mobile MG42 cars, and we've got a single dual MG'd half-track and then a little command car back there. Scrolling out even more, we got Panzer Grenadiers. This is a platoon of 3 half-tracks of squads of infantry with plenty of single-shot AT capabilities with them, and then 2 additional mobile couple wagons with MG42s. We've already covered HQ, so then we have our Panzer, aka the tank detachment. This is going to be a hunter-killer vehicle with a Tiger tank and a Panzer IV. We've got 2 half-tracks and then 2 more couple wagons with MG42s. Looking over at the OP4 UK, or technically British and Canadian side, we got a big-ass building right here that's spawned in. We have 2 disabled Bren carriers. I saw that and was freaking out, but that's just lagged out. Yeah, these are destroyed, so I don't know what we're supposed to do with them. They got bagpipes, though. That's funny. We've got 4 cars here with the 50 cal on them, so they're not half-tracked. So they can go a little bit quicker. Regardless, I just want to scroll out. Okay, we do have a plane over there. We've got this element here, which is some half-tracks with 50 cal. We got some Bren carriers here. And then we've got some additional UK forces and whatnot. Looking over at the HQ element, we already did that. Okay, scrolling out, this is the Canadian side. We've got some more half-tracks and some 50 cal cars. Actually, no, those are 30 cals. On some Willy Jeeps. We've got the British armor element, which is going to be 2 Fireflies with 2, you guys told me what they were, Cromwell tanks. And then we got some more half universal carriers, aka Bren carriers. And then we have a plane on the outside here. That is going to be a P-39, and that is Sam. All right, so he's got some 50 cals. He might also have a cannon, but I don't see it. So he might just be... Oh, no, that might be the cannon right there on the front. Okay. So we'll see what he's able to do with this. But regardless, going over the weaponry both sides have. I already saw some Lee Enfields. We see some Sten guns on these guys. Some Bren guns as well, those 30-round machine guns. We have some bagpipes in play, because of course we do. And I'm looking to see if we have anything else. We might see some rifle grenade adapters on some of the UK forces to fire mill bombs, which are their grenades, just, you know, fired at a further range. We do see 50 cals and 30 cals, and then other additional brand guns. We got PAK guns as well, which are literally just catapult mortars that you can hold on your back. And I'm actually not seeing any rifle grenade adapters for grenadier weapons, so they might just be foregoing that. Oh, we got some Lee Enfield marksman as well. But yeah, I'm not seeing the rifle grenade adapter anywhere, so it might just be regular riflemen here. I saw some Webley revolvers for the crew, looking at the Canadian forces. Looks like they have pretty much the same gear because they're, you know, part of that Commonwealth. All right. So I'm assuming based off of what these guys have, the Germans are going to have MP40s, Kar 98s. I doubt we'll see any G43s, but I could be wrong. But let's go ahead and have a look. So we've got some flare guns. We do... Oh, yeah, right there. G43. I can't tell if that might be a Grenadier adapter right there, funny enough. There are plenty of Kar 98s, though. We got some MG42s. They've bipoded some of the weaponry and put it on their backs. We got some medics in play. There's the MP40s. But yeah, right off the bat, the MG42s are going to be pretty better than the Brens, but up for our fielding 30 cal and 50 cals, which can smoke out most of the enemy vehicles. So we'll see how that goes for them. You have late joiners, I can TP, but I need player names to teleport on the reports. All right. But otherwise, it's going to be a lot of bolt action fighting. Now, when we've seen PvP in World War II, in any community, normally the people that are able to get the automatic weapons do the best. But we'll just have to see if that continues. We'll see how many kills the tanks are going to be able to wrap up as well. But that's pretty much going to determine who has the superior capabilities. But regardless, Lolo's birthday cake. Made in Italy. Good God. That's a funny little gag by Wombat who made this mission. Alright, so let's go ahead and look over the objectives. So whoever has control of Hill 112 is going to gain 2 points by the 50-minute mark. Whoever has control of Charnwood is going to have an additional 2 points. I think that's cashed in at the 70-minute mark. Looks like they added some blown-out buildings in the middle to make this a bit more war-torn. And then whoever has Goodwood by the end of the game gains 3 points, and if either side have their side leader in this AO, they gain an additional point. So 8 potential points on the board. Both sides going to be vying for that. There is a potential tie game if Charnwood and Epsom are taken by one side and Goodwood's taken by the other and they have their side leader in it. But both sides could potentially get that final 1 bonus point if they have both of their side leaders in this AO. Regardless, we see that the chemical factory over here has been replaced with a bunch of blown out buildings. Nothing on the water treatment side has been traded out, though. So we have a lot of blown out buildings. But regardless, this is definitely going to be a very nice CQC area, which is great for MG42 gunners. We'll see how well that PAK 40 does, and we'll see how well that British plane does as well. The op I made yesterday, those are going to be after this stream. Also, I just heard a remote control noise. There's a very, fun fact, a very distinct sound of the wind that you hear when the Zeus remote controls. Now, you can turn that off with Achilles or Zen, but for newer communities that don't know about those settings, that noise I have memorized. Fun fact. And I haven't heard it in years. And I just heard it again, but it wasn't as... that might have just been the regular wind, but it is a very specific shift in the wind when you hear an RC. Depso showing his Herculean strength. Nice. Otherwise, Blue 4 moving out past some of the hedgerows here. Honestly, so the fighting's meant to be down here first and then work its way in the town, so we'll see what the British do. We'll see what the air assets do as well. The wind noise, I remember it plaguing me in Tanoa. Yeah, fair. But regardless, we'll just have to see how the rest of this goes. Anyway, Nimia, oh, her thing got spam spam absorbed. That's a shame. Regardless, Nimia, thanks for the 52-month resub. I know you only show up once a month just to try to play a random message. And sometimes it plays, sometimes it doesn't. But I'll read it out loud. Oh, Goat Daddy, give me that hot goat sauce all goaty over my face. Oh yeah, all right. Bloodwing's gonna come down here and slap me for that one, isn't she? Anyway, I'm gonna pretend I didn't just read that out loud. Thank you. Regardless. Hope you keep enjoying the ops. Someday I'll learn to filter myself? No. Why would I? That would be boring. Oh, he's not a turtle. I love how you guys are fighting over the fact of whether I'm a turtle or a goat or something else. Where's that hamster minority? They should be coming out too when asking those questions. But regardless, we've got OFCRA now mounting up and starting to move things out. Tanks are going mobile, and I honestly can't scroll out far enough to cover everything. Plane is also flying in. And we have the rest of Blue 4 also moving out. So Blue 4 off the bat, if they want to hold these objectives properly, they're going to divide themselves up pretty heavily. I think with the urban nature of these two, though, they could definitely afford to put a force on this hill. Putting the PAK gun on this hill, for example, or the AA, would be a really good call. But we'll just have to see how things go. But if they were to sacrifice it and just hold a tighter defense around these two objectives, they would still have the advantage. And having so many different buildings to set up on would be quite interesting. OFCRA has been recently experimenting on, not even recently, for I want to say over a year, they've been adding more HE shells into their operations with a custom mod that's reduced HE's capabilities and effects. So from there, we'll just have to see how things go with that. But I wouldn't be surprised if Blue 4 just abandoned Epsom early on and instead focused on the other two objectives. Nimia shows when she can use the stick. Good God. Regardless, it's hard to say who has the advantage on these large-scale operations because, I mean, we're sitting at 165 players right now, so I'll reflect that in the title. We lost a few because people didn't want to wait a few moments to get everything going. Plane is now over the AO, and I'm going to be honest, the last time we saw a plane in World War II PvP for OFCRA, that was the German versus Soviet mission a few months ago. That was an utter stomp out by the German side. Just because they were able to destroy all of the Soviet tanks and then slowly piecemeal the rest of their armor. They also destroyed their air asset and were able to have air superiority, snipe out a bunch of stolen Bren carriers and whatnot. It was a slaughter. So we'll see if that keeps up with this mission, but the assets are definitely different. We just have AA versus, you know, a single plane, for example. I'm gonna be honest, when you have so many forces spawning in so many different areas as well, getting aerial recon also isn't the most important thing because both sides know roughly where everything is, especially when it's marked like that. So you got, you know, Panzer marked here, armor marked there. I think that plane's best advantage is gonna be potentially finding ground assets to strafe early on. You got the P-39 starting to inch down, but these open-topped half-tracks would be perfect to shoot at with high-caliber ordnance from above to pick off some infantry early on, because I didn't see any bombs on that P-39, so we'll just have to see how things go. Broer saying that's the first bottle he's ever bought legally. Not sure you want to announce your illegal activities over Twitch chat, Broer, but you do you, buddy. And yeah, I know, Ilbanek, but it's better than nothing. At least we can have the explosive effects. I'm just curious to see what this P-39 is going to go for. I'm going to set my view to lawn. But I mean, if it were to find a convoy of forces like this, that would be pretty intense. We're hearing some AA fire off. I think that's the static AA from over here because... yeah. However, that plane's really high in the sky, so it's not going to have that much of an effect. The vodka stolen, I mean borrowed. Good God. Oh, right off the bat, we've got early contact. Wow. British forces trying to come down the road. The driver can't seem to figure out what he's doing. One vehicle's down. We've got a driver driving right past Rigel here. If Rigel has some grenades. Just heard a follow-on explosion with that first vehicle. Wombat's on the road. He's trying to pick people off. He gets the gunner. He's trying to do a quick reload. Taylor starts shooting at him, gets him killed off. Rigel pushes with a bolt action. He also gets picked off. Hard to push with a bolt action. Some grenades would have been really good choices here, but Germans are going to be forced to pull back from that, but there's a cooking vehicle right there. That is an entire squad down. Early win for the Germans, but I was not expecting that. This is one life. OFCRA is almost always... No, it always has been one life. FNF once in a while has something that isn't one life, but very interesting first charge right there by the British. The fact that they spawned up here and came in like this shows me that they really didn't expect the Germans to be that far up. We had the plane just do a strafe on this half track. Looks like it might have been towing something, and that tow rope got severed. But they... Okay, no, the pilot did get a kill. Glittery is dead, so decent strafe on that. But I was not expecting to see some early game action that close. You normally don't see that in these types of missions. I will also say, though, that when we do have early engagements like these, they ultimately don't show... Like, let me put it in this context. The Germans successfully ambushed and eliminated an entire squad here. Statistically, that doesn't mean they're going to win the mission. In fact, for whatever reason, when I ran the numbers, the team that loses the squad is more likely to win based off of how everything's happened. That's not always the case, but statistically, more in the times there's been early ambushes, the team that got that unit ambushed somehow doubles down and wins the match. Now, am I saying that's what's going to happen here? Absolutely not, but it's just statistically what happens, and I don't know why. It just be like that. You're just getting rid of the dead weight, yeah, lulling their enemies in a false sense of security. Plane's climbing because it is taking AAA. Might be looking around for another target to engage. Well, now you got this urban issue here, but hold on, we got a MP40 gunner flanking. Trying to pick off who he can. We got a bolt action guy also shooting. This is Bluck and Swola pushing. If they're going to get close enough and throw a grenade... There it is. Is it going to be... Oh, that beautiful grenade throw wipes everyone except one dude. Great grenade throw. That second one's going to finish him off. Beautiful. Beautiful grenade use right there. That is another squad wipe. And they're going to be able to pick up their Stens and their grenades and potentially hunt that last squad down. JY, thanks for Demandra yourself. Hope both keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of this. So, German forces wiping 2 squads outright. Again, this is a 165-player match, so it's roughly an 80v80. Izdek wakes back up. He is in the tall grass. Might be able to turn around. Does get a knockout on Bluck. Swola trying to pick him off, but he gets the headshot. So, we've got this massive line of deaths here. Blue 4, meanwhile, they've only had a handful of skulls here. Well, it's funny that the frickin' map dev died in the first engagement. But I think Swola's going to try to stabilize Bluck. Might not be able to get him up, though, because of how World War II medical works. Bluck, Banks trying to throw a grenade out, gets caught in a tree. And it's a smoke. I forget, the World War II smoke grenades sometimes take forever to light. And then we got Zixmi and Hypnomain flanking around up here. Then we got some shots going back and forth. I don't think PHK spotted anyone. He just started doing some blind suppression. We got more guys running in here. Looks like Banks was killed off. Mr. Cool running in. Gets a bolt action shot. Nuzzy right next to him. Literally runs into Nuzzy's line and Nuzzy blind fires. Nubas now pushing. Gets a kill. Doesn't know where all the other enemies are. Literally runs into him. Gets a grenade throw. That's going to bounce far. A little too far to do any damage. That just shows Blue 4 has no idea where these targets are. Now you got PHK trying to run in. Nuzzy's trying to look around and see what's going on. This MG42, though, could make the difference if he can control that recoil. So he starts shooting in between the remaining OPFOR groups. That's making him run. Nuzzy couldn't run out and flank. We got some blind fire from a Sten. And it looks like he got that kill. He's trying to keep that recoil down, but you can see those rounds bouncing up. Nuzzy looks like he got taken out. Hirana throws a grenade up there, and the shrapnel actually gets PHK. How about that? Meanwhile, you got Blue 4 and OPFOR doing a bunch of other stuff. We got the tank destroyer driving around the far left side of the map. That's going to be useful for later when they need to position it, after they figure out where OPFOR's tanks are coming in on. But yeah, Bluck not waking up. He might have been stabilized. I see some bandages and some morphine there, but these guys did lose their medic, so I'm not sure they'll be able to get him up. PHK still bleeding out over here. And you've got 3 remaining British players out here that are kind of in a tough situation. But overall, this is definitely an early player lead for the German forces, but most of the player base is still deploying. And you have Sam doing some really risky pushes right onto the AA position. Depso gets 2 hits off of him. Sam really gunning for blood here. He does have that kill on that original strafe, but he's trying to literally decrew the AA positions. Very risky to do that, but hey, he might be able to pull it off. He might not. All right. Swolla's on 12 kills because of some of those grenades. You know, Swolla might actually have a chance at going for the record. Record I know of is 21 kills officially, 24 kills of what it looked like, but that's the Audrey Hotto. So will Swolla beat Audrey Hotto's FNF record in OFCRA and set a new one? But it's very rare to see someone in the literal opening first, 12 minutes of the round have 12 kills. That's a kill a minute. And this man, he's looking around for weaponry to grab. I'm not caster cursing him. Like, he could actually break a record today. God, then you have players like Falcon and T5 Bay that in FNF, they got close to that record too because of World War II FNF. But we've got some additional shooting over here. I don't know if they're blind firing, because I did see an element drive around over here, but no, Ibnomain's on 2 kills. So who did he just snipe back there? Ah, there was the command team over here, and they just killed all 3 of them. Yeah, so T was part of that, so they just got Fonz and Pupper over there, and Ibnomain just sniped them both. Yeah, because there was another vehicle driving around back there. God damn. Alright, so keep an eye on Swolla, chat. We'll have to keep checking on him on occasion. But otherwise, we got the British forces all around here. Looks like they're going to try to make a push for Epsom up here, but first 12 minutes, already a good chunk of contact. Someone on 12 kills, though. That's nuts. Swolla's on the 50 cal chilling. Block on 2, Hirana on 1. And then, you know, at least Wombat, Mr. Cool, and Nubass all got a kill before they got picked off, so they at least traded evenly. But some really nasty early action. And these 3 have no idea what to do right now. That's nuts. Command is not dead. Kremit's still alive, and Phobos are still alive, but the platoon lead, this entire British platoon is down to 3 people now. I think they were at this spawn point right here, and they got completely eliminated. Everyone else is just kind of out and about in these random open areas. We do have a tank out here. The Tiger is out here, and we've got some British recon elements driving around on the outskirts here. these cars driving around. So I wonder if Lolo's going to spot that vehicle driving around, but now we're just going to see a lot of long-range engagements. Maybe the plane will do some more strafing. Blue 4 trying to hunt down the remaining 3 players here. Swola on the prowl here. He's suppressing. Doesn't get any kills, though. Trying his best to get that Bren gun. He is bleeding a little bit, too, so he's got to be careful. I wonder if he can get in that 50 cal, because I think this is still usable. He could use that 50 cal to suppress. Now you got PHK that's come up. He just got a blast on one of the two that got, one of the guys that got lost. And then these other guys are moving up, but there's some Blue 4 elements right here ready to cut him off. Now you got some fire going back and forth. You got to be a little careful about some crossfire that could happen here. But I think they're firing up at PHK. So a little bit of blue on blue they got to worry about. So at this point, these guys need to pull back and just let the other team push in, because they're going to find the OP4 elements right here. Yeah, and they're now trying to run away, realizing they're pretty much sandwiched. Their best bet would be to hide in trees and just let the forces pass. Maybe get some well-placed grenades in, but... Now you got Swole on the 50 firing. That's just going to push him back to there, but these guys might think that that's a hostile and start shooting. I think Bluck actually got up. He was, yeah, no, so he was the guy right over there. But yeah, no, they're totally trying to kill Eric. And you got OP4 now pulling back slowly. Swola's uncon. Don't know if he was randomly shot or whatnot, but I think they're calling for the medic to come over. Eric, yep. So a little bit of blue on blue confusion there. And we have the main convoy of vehicles coming around over here. Plane flying overhead up here as well, but it's too far up to really do any proper reconnaissance. The Tiger has moved. I think they spotted that recon vehicle over there, and they're looking to try to snipe it. I'm not sure these guys can hear it over the sound of their own vehicle. You can faintly hear it in the distance. IFA does have some very loud tanks. These guys are now stealing some of those half-tracks. Swola's brought back up. Pierce and Crazy, I think, are going to stay in the low ground, potentially try to maneuver around. These two, Ivno and Zixmi, are checking the bodies, making sure that they confirm their kills. Good call. These guys have moved the tank out. They're scanning. I think they saw that Vic, but they just have no idea where it is now. Pierce moving up, has an opportunity to get Swola and end his streak. Tackleberry just fired, though. Looks like he shot at Crazy. That should alert all of these guys. We have some blind suppression because they don't know that a Blue 4 group's over here. Meanwhile, these guys looks like they pulled back. And now they're literally shooting in each other's directions because they're utterly confused over everything. Looks like Pierce just sniped the turret gunner. That's just going to add some discord between these two Blue 4 groups. How about that? I wonder what the comms are like between these two elements, though. That was a single headshot, though. Pierce, I'm going to look from his POV. He's got a really good angle. He's trying to now flank around. Hey, sometimes when you're alone in a situation like this, you can really play to the advantage of sneaking up and popping some well-placed grenades, and he does have a good opportunity. But Blue 4 looks like they're now pulling back because they do not like this angle. What I'm worried about is this half-track potentially shooting at him. You got Crazy moving around. Bluck's trying to friendly wiggle the vehicle. I think they see that. They've acknowledged the friendly wiggle, so now they're going to drive up. Piranha now pulling around. Pierce spots Piranha. Piranha's getting in the driver's seat, moving the Vic around. Now you got Crazy moving up. Looking at the rest of the map. These two are staying out of their vehicle. Tiger's moving around. Op 4 vehicle convoy stopped in this town of Carpet. And we still have the tank destroyer going up far, and Blue 4 just have a small amount of units here, and they're definitely focusing on this area. Have a car and some guys up at Epsom, but we just have some downtime right now. Pierce moving up, could find Swola and Eric. Now Pierce might see Piranha and Eric. Crazy picks somebody off, or I think attempted to pick somebody off. Rizbo throws a grenade up. Spots Crazy, and a grenade. I think Crazy just detonated an AT grenade in his hand on accident and killed himself. Damn, what a crazy thing to do. I don't even see the body. Bro just glued himself to a tree. Meanwhile, Pierce moving around. Did Eric just find Pierce? Now this vehicle's on fire. Gunner's dead. And now it's taking blue on blue suppression because they don't know what the hell's going on up here. What a crazy amount of discord between two squads. Ay, ay, ay. Funny, though. Oh, well. Alright, looking at the rest of the map, we're going to have the armor elements come down on the left here. They'll probably start getting to an area on Epsom, and then these guys are going to start trickling in on these two objectives. But now we're going to have like 30 minutes of downtime to do maneuvering and whatnot. So, how's everyone's day? Again, we're going to have 3 streams right after this OFCRA operation concludes. We're going to be running a D-Day operation. And then we're going to be hosting the 19th mission of PAK. We're going to be able to steal a giant airship tonight. Should be fun. But regardless, we just have a lot of downtime here. God, and then tomorrow we'll have FNF. We have another Zeus op with the 5th. Hopefully the server will have uneffed itself. And then some DayZ in the evening. So let's see. We've got the Tiger over here. The Cromwells are leading the charge. No, those are the Fireflies. Okay. Fireflies versus Tigers. That is an interesting question. The Tiger definitely has the cannon to defeat the Fireflies, but the Fireflies also have, you know, the 76mm that could easily defeat the Tiger if they find a good angle on it. And then you got the Cromwells on the rear, which definitely don't have the capacity to defeat the Tiger, but, I mean, they could definitely overwhelm it. But the Tiger just seems a little lost. We got some additional guys running around over here, but it's not much, especially to defeat an armor push. And then we've got, is that the Panzer IV all the way over here? Yeah, just doing Overwatch on the objectives themselves. Firefly's a 17-pounder? Gotcha. Okay, no. Yeah, that would definitely do something to the Tiger, but the Cromwells, I don't think that they would do too much to it. I don't know, and that looks like the Tiger's actually leaving the AO. And then you still got that plane driving overhead, and then we do have the tank destroyer around Tilly right now, but I think she's just going to stay out of radio range until something gets sighted and then maybe come in. But we do have a Cromwell all the way up here on its own. I guess providing Vanguard as a light tank. So we'll just have to see how things go. The gun was so big on the Sherman hull that they had to mount it sideways. How about that? Everyone knows there's just a cooped up UK gunner here. He's the one that, see, he has this little sight hole here. That's how he looks outside. And then he just, you know, puts the gun, he puts the round in at the base of the tube and it fires. That's how it works, right? Obviously. So yeah, the Cromwells are definitely more of the scouting element here that are going to be ranging for the Fireflies. Oh god, look at that field of green. That just makes me feel like I'm going to get dead pixels looking at that. Jeez. Alright, so British forces otherwise are pushing their second group. And we potentially do have this team scouting and potentially watching for these forces coming in. Anyway, I'll be right back 1 second. I'm almost out of water. So I'm gonna go get some. Hey, keeping hydrated is important. So I got to assume they might have seen some movement over there, so now they're watching that angle, but we'll come back to them. Oh, we have this get-up over here. Again, keeping an eye on Swola, because he's got 12 kills on him. He could break a record today. And with the next wave of UK forces coming in, anything's possible. What's pixels? Bro, I swear to God. Alright, regardless, we've got the three guys over here. They've got an MG Cubble wagon tucked away. And a mysterious stranger. And he's gone. Huh. I wonder who it was. Ah, well. It's a PvP up. There's no Zeusing. Alright, so we've got some 30 cal Willys Jeeps coming in. We've got plenty of infantry. And they're taking shots from an MG static in a bell tower. No, it's an actual gunner in the bell tower. With a bipoded MG, he had to have someone spot those vehicles for him. Then again, they were driving in the open for a second, so we might have just saw that movement on his own. That fire, hopefully, is going to be told to the forces over here, and they're going to be ordered to move around. And we do have some forces pulling away, but we'll see if the Germans can route somewhere else to potentially get on an attack solution for this next wave of British and Canadian infantry coming in. Either way, Cubble Wagon right here is trying to drive out of this position. They just forgot to open the other door, and they do have a marksman with them. And we'll see that drive out. Tiger Tank, meanwhile, looks like it's being ordered back. And it's going to try to hunt for the armored units up there. Maybe because they heard them coming from the Cubble Wagon, so they're trying to get out of that position. Meanwhile, Hunter Killer Vehicle... I give that one, no, I'm going to give it a 9. He almost didn't stick the landing, but I think he got it. Yeah, he rolled an acrobatics check, and I think he got it. Partially, you know? All right. Meanwhile... God, if I had $1 for every time I said, hey, what's this asset doing? We came over and it was doing one of the craziest things I'd ever seen in Arma 3. I'd have enough money to take Bloodwing to a few really nice fancy dinner dates. That's for damn sure. At least 2, maybe 3. Meanwhile, you know, I'm not a World War II expert. So I don't know every single maneuver, but this is a new one. I think this one's called, if they were Chinese, I would call this the Crouching Tiger. But since they're British, I'm going to call this one the Drunk Irishman. He's so drunk, he's defying the laws of gravity. Again, not an expert. Or the Churchill. It's the invisible hill he's sitting on. And beyond that, I can't explain it. All right, what do we got here? Hirana, Eric, and Swola trying to go around, but they're taking some marksman fire. Shot just ran past them. You got Zixi and Ivno main on the top of this. They're trying to route for a shot. Ivno probably watching with his, yep. Takes a shot. Doesn't look like it hit. Their shots are going just on the rear. Ivno whiffed that one a little bit. But those marksmen are going to basically cover the advance of the other element coming in. We'll see how these 3 can route in. Again, I want to see Swola break a record today. I'm actually very excited. That's the most excited thing I am for this mission right now. We see one of the Lee Enfield gunners reloading. I'm not sure any of these guys have a marksman with them, though. It doesn't look like it. Now you got some MG fire from the 30 cal firing on the previous position. And again, I'm surprised we see these guys over here, and they're not coming over to assist with this push coming in, but I think they know that they can just bait them to the front line and have the defensive line engage them. But still, interesting calls. And now we have the Tiger. Oh, she's waiting for him. Anyone seen the movie Fury? Because I think we're about to see that in a live remake. Now, of course, it's a Netflix adaptation, so instead of 4 Shermans, we have 2 Fireflies and 2 Scout Cars. The director thought if we diversified and included other assets, it would make the show feel more diverse. They kept the Tiger, though. They needed an imposing German tank to still stand out as the main antagonist, you know? Regardless. We got Blue 4 moving in right here. Vehicles coming up. Swola on point with that MP40. Again, he is my one to watch right now. Let's see how cautiously he takes it. D-Day 1944 colorized, good God. And it's a beaten up half track too. Let's see if Swola looted some grenades. Meanwhile, we have Zixmi and Ivno main. They got a squad pushing them. Oh, you can hear their footsteps down there. Oh, we've got 2 really nasty fights to potentially watch right here if Ivno and Zixmi throw a few grenades. There's one. Blows up in the air, doesn't take out Polska. Another grenade goes down. Another one detonates. All right, they're dominating those. Swola, meanwhile, trying to throw a grenade in. Doesn't get it there in time. Yes, I saw. Gunner looks like he turned in. They got a bit of a timer because there's this force back here. They're trying to engage the guys on the rooftop. as these two German players, one's rappelling down. Now he's going to run around. I don't think these guys realize they're being engaged. Ivno throws a grenade instead of risking the shot. The equivalent of a noob tube. Meanwhile, back here, Harana is up to 6 kills. Swola running in, misses Postal. Harana blows Postal away. So Swola did not... I think Harana got all 5 of the kills here. Oh my god. That is another British squad wiped. Meanwhile, looks like Zitsme, who stayed up there, got picked off. Ivno main, though, he got that kill right there. And he gets picked off as well. I don't know if that's a GL or whatnot. No, it was a smoke grenade. But those two are taken out, but they got a few wipes right there. So now it's just watching that group. Meanwhile, looking over, where's the Tiger? Oh no, what happened to my Tiger tank? Oh no. No. So it looks like they got into a long-range engagement. They were able to destroy one of the Fireflies and do damage to the other. Actually, I'm not even seeing any damage on it, so I'm assuming that Firefly sniped her off. I don't see any kills, though. Then we got a Cromwell going around. I don't know what happened to that tank. Might have randomly cooked off, but hard to know for sure. So... yeah, a Tiger trading with a Firefly, that's to be expected. They got the Tank Hunter all the way out there to the north, and then the Panzer IV is being rerouted. Still, against 2 Cromwells and another Firefly, it's clear that the British and the Canadian forces are going to have the tank advantage, but the main infantry push that's happening here, I mean, if these guys get wiped, then we just have this, but at the same time, the Germans have most of their infantry on the defensive. We only have... no, I think Swola just got killed. No. 12 kills only to get picked off by this force coming in. Harana now, I think, is the kill leader with 7. Yeah, checks the body, sees he's dead. That's a shame. Oh well. Commanders are... Phobos on the Op 4 and Kremet on the Blue 4. But numbers-wise, I think that eventually these guys are going to get pushed through. It's just this open area with these massive German defensive lines here that's going to repel that. And then these guys are going to come in, flank this area, get Epsom, and then come in from the side. It's just what can be achieved in the meantime. Now we got a Cromwell in the middle of a giant infantry line here. I don't think these guys have any form of AT, though. I lied. That's a rifle grenade. That might have been... no. Oh, wow. That was Panzerfaust. And a G43 gets a headshot just as Thomas gets a headshot on the other guy. Another follow-on shot with the... yep. So that's another spent one. But that is a Cromwell picked off for free, and then a bit of blue on blue as Thomas is picked off after getting a kill. And now we've got Maxic firing at more dudes up here, not realizing that they had members up here to take him out. And they're still firing at his body. Good God. Little messy there. Now we got Seismo running in. He's a Bren gunner. Grana's trying to jump up. Seismo looking for a target, I think looking for Eric. Grenade going out. Grana might get an angle on Seismo here. Waiting for the right shot. There's some shots. Seismo ducks down. Does Ron have a grenade? Yes, but I don't think it's going to route to Seismo. He's stuck in a texture. Emin, thanks for the resub, buddy. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. No way, did you just grenade? Okay, it's a smoke grenade. I was about to say, I think you just played yourself. Stun gun versus Bren, CQC situation. Seismo still has no idea where Harana is. That's the funny thing, he keeps looking outside. Seismo spotted Hirana's feet first, but Hirana manages to land the shots, and they trade. Wow. That puts Hirana's kill count at 8. 4 off from Swola, but that basically nullifies the kill leaders now. Other Cromwell tanks coming in, but this Blue Fort group is out of AT. They've used both on this one tank right here. So they're not going to have any solution for when that other tank drives in. So OFCRA have a Firefly and a Cromwell remaining. Blue Fort still have the Panzer IV. Otherwise, you have British forces and Canadians slowly coming in. But I'm not sure it's going to be enough. Panzer's the German word for tank, yeah. Or armor, technically, but yeah. Alright, guys, if you hear a tank coming in and you have no AT, I would recommend you get away from the tank that you just smoked, because I don't think you have anything to deal with it, and you're just going to piss it off. Tank Hunter still on the north, but not much can be done with it. Still got Eric out here. He's now moved into this facility, checking Hirana's body. Loots a Bren gun. Got more shots coming out. Lallman coming up. On lead with a Sten and a Beret. Boenic, Harna. I will keep calling you Hirana, though. I'm sorry. I will try my best to remember Harna, but I give no guarantees. Have some pre-firing of bodies. That announces their presence. Eric, if he has a grenade, could pre-fire that grenade, but I think he's busy looting. Going prone here is going to be able to spot people's feet. He's going to see that box move. Gets Lallman. Whoever throws the grenade first wins. Okay. They did that just to make me eat my words. Eric almost kills himself with that one. They're throwing AT grenades into here. And that was also a bit risky. That's a smoke grenade. Got some MG fire coming in. Looks like they're trying to route people around. Whale now on point. Eric leaving his position. Gets Gamer. Bed can't get his Lee Enfield on. Eric there. Got some blind suppression going. But Banana's charging him. He gets picked off. That opens up for Whale to then get the execution. So there is a medic. Watts could bring back Gamer and Bed on that scenario, but ooh. Now we just have the German defensive line. But we could see OPFOR still push. I'm going to be honest, they do have a really nice defense line here. You see Popov trying to get some suppression shots in, but he's basically hitting the ground early, and their rounds are ricocheting up. Twaykin's got a marksman rifle. Now we have the other the Firefly coming around the northern side, might start scouting the hill. We got the Panzer IV down. This rifle squad, I'm going to be honest, needs to pull back. They're kind of ineffective to deal with the armor threats that they've been presented with. And then the plane still flying overhead. The Sam still only have 1 kill from that one strafe. Yes, he does. He's either out of ammo or he's deemed it too risky because of the AA guns in the vicinity. But I'm going to be honest, what more in terms of infantry to the British forces have? We've got these 2 little scout teams here, but the main remaining infantry is here. And the Germans' main infantry is also in. And then you got command all the way in the back right here. And then that tank hunter still hiding in the back line too. So the main fight is going to be right here. You have some supporting tanks that can come in cool, but in CQC, I think the Germans can immediately pick them off, or they can route their tank destroyer, their Panzer IV, to eliminate the other 2 elements. So not much that can be done, but at the same time, we only have 5 minutes until this objective is cashed out at the 50-minute marker, which including the, 8 minutes of safe start. That means that Blue 4 are going to get these first 2 points, which all the more reason we're going to have to see Op 4 rush these final objectives here, but the Germans already have a pretty solid defense on it. Now, I'm going to be honest, if that initial platoon of British forces didn't die up here because they decided to drive right in, if they were more cautious, dismounted in the forest and then came in, I think they would have been able to blow out that German defensive group and then loop around, and by the time this force was here, they wouldn't have had that initial element to deal with here. They could have gotten into solid positions, and that initial platoon could have flanked, and then they could have overwhelmed this German line with a nice L-shaped attack, but because they got intercepted on transport, it's a lot harder for the British forces to come in. They don't have another platoon of infantry to push in with them. I think the Germans are in a pretty solid place here to potentially get a perfect score. Which means this is going to be the second time the Germans in the World War II ops have done a perfect scoring in their objectives. If anyone remembers that German versus Soviet game, the Germans literally just annihilated the Soviet side. This one, it's not so much of an annihilation, but rather they're just doing a great job holding all the objectives, and they, again, ambushed a lot of the British forces coming in. So Sam flying around, he's just basically forcing the Germans to look up and engage them with AA, but they're on max surrender distance shooting at each other right now. So again, lockdown of open fields here. That's going to force these guys to move along the river. But we do have a half track watching that area too, so they got to be careful about that. Tank Hunter's finally moving again. It's going to be around the area where the tanks actually are. 2 minutes, 15 seconds before that first objective's cashed in. It's 5:02. So you got some initial shooting going on. Again, they're testing the defensive lines, but yeah, German forces. I'm a little worried about Charnwood. There's not that many defenses here. We could see the Germans flank around, but at the same time, if they take Epsom, they don't have to hold Charnwood. They can just hold Dogwood and be fine. Or Goodwood, excuse me. Means they won't get a perfect score, but it means they'll solidify their defensive lines. So you got some shooting up here at the OFCRA guys. We got one down right there. The other two are pretty much pinned by a massive amount of fire from ironically, a stolen British half-track with that 50 cal Browning just completely suppressing them on that little trench. 45 seconds left. You do see this tank is trying to find a way to route up to that position, though they have to be cautious because the Panzer IV is in the region. They don't know that, though. So they're just routing around, and then you still have these scout teams over here just not really doing much, unfortunately. Hydrate. All right, so first 2 points of the game going to go to Blue 4. With the Cromwell driving down, Charnwood is still up for debate, but I think the Germans have a really solid grip on Dogwood here, and I don't think the British have the numbers to take it, but something could definitely turn around. Normally what we see in objectives like this, of even if a side has that's attacking has the advantage of having objectives, there you go. So completed by West, failed by East, so 2 points on the board for the German side, but I digress. Normally when the attackers have, you know, more tanks and more of an advantage here, but it's a CQC scenario, the armor assets will just kind of loiter on the outskirts till like the last 5 or 10 minutes of the match and then push in and then immediately get killed by short-range AT. That could potentially repeat itself here, but if we see these tanks position themselves to the north to support the infantry advance and start suppressing the defensive lines we have on Dogwood, that could very much turn the tide. However, there is a river in the way. Trying to route to it. So that tank's not going to be able to cross this river unless it goes north, but that would then position itself in a really good spot to actually support the northern line and suppress the German positions. Lolo got kicked off. And it was requested, huh? I don't know what happened there. Funny enough, we have the Firefly driving around. The Panzer IV's turned around. And infantry have been dropped off right here. How ironic. They're going to literally run right into the Panzer IV. Are you kidding? Gerald immediately turns around and is like, that's a tank! Dude just turned out. Yeah, they got a radio that's the Firefly and go, hey, we found the Panzer IV, buddy. But oh no, one of them does. Gerald has the radio. That's funny. Rasol running up here. I think he hears the armor piece. Really bad position he's put himself in on this openness. I think the tank's gonna spot him and take him out. Oh. Yeah, they need to stop moving so I can line the tank up. He's dead. OFCRA World War II explosion. Ah. Yep. There he goes. Yeah, so when you're positioning yourself, you always want to make sure you have a way to take yourself out of the position. And he did not position himself properly at all, which is a shame, because he had all these buildings, all this CQC he could have worked with to get himself up there, and instead he just kind of honed in on that area without even thinking about it, and that just cost him his life. Also, why was he going up there on his own? That was a bit silly. All right, meanwhile, it looks like the Panzer IV was just taken out because the Firefly came up and absolutely crushed it. Weird call, but all right. We got the tank hunter over here. The scout vehicles are starting to come in. Now we're going to see the battle for these objectives over here. We do have, looks like the British forces, they used the river to get right on top of the German line and are now assaulting it from the western flank, and they've got a foothold in. That's going to cause everything to turn and try to engage that. The issue is this needs to be paired with another action. If they just go up on their own, everything on the defensive line is going to turn and engage them. So if there was another maneuvering action happening, this would be a lot more fruitful. But instead, they're just now going to rely on trading evenly with the defensive line. Which, again, if you have enough infantry, I mean, that's Soviet tactics right there, just slowly attrition out your opponent. But as we've seen earlier, the British don't really have that. We have the other major line right here. They're going to get Charnwood. But maybe these guys can do enough damage so that in the final fight for Goodwood, you could still see the British forces turn it around. Which, again, is weird because we haven't really seen a high amount of German casualties compared to the British, but maybe these guys can turn it around. But, I mean, between two people, we had 20 OP4 kills. Grenade goes in, knocks somebody out. So where are the remaining Blue 4 infantry? Because they're not here. Who knows? Sta doing his best to hold this position. MGA throws a grenade. It ends up on the corner. Grenade gets thrown out. Grass runs up, avoids that grenade. So they could have also given... Grass comes in with that Sten, gets a kill, radios it in. They could have given the British like a 10 or 20 player number advantage as well. Which makes sense. Usually they give the attackers that number advantage. We just saw someone get picked up. I think that was Grass up there, just got shot. No, it was Grass and somebody else, because now they're down to 2 infantry right here. But again, we're just seeing some even trades at this point. I'm surprised this building hasn't gone up yet. Got Charles trying to pull rear security here and pick off whatever he sees on the road. We got more British forces coming in. This element's slowly going up to Charnwood. The tank coming in to join in, then the scouting element's joining in as well. That's an additional, I think, 9 infantry. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, yep. Because it's always the name and then the plus. However, they could run into... Ooh. This could be interesting. They might stick to the forest, though, but that is a funny angle that they could find themselves in. You got the Bren carrier coming up. It's bringing the infantry around to join that spot. These two guys still pinned by the right flank. So much infantry on the outside of the objective. Just to pin 1 or 2 guys down at this point. It's a tough call. Looks like the medic was able to get up with Tapu. And I'm just going to check real quick. Nope, they're going to go in the open. Oh, come on. Well, it's too late now. Alright, maybe we'll see the tank destroyer follow them in and get some pickoffs, but yeah, alright. I was hoping we'd see some really cool static cannon fire, but oh well. We got this guy running in. It is really smoky up there. However, he gets taken out by a Sten gunner coming in. He doesn't realize that his body's uncom, but looks like he got a kill in the meantime. And they just let them go by. Okay, whatever. A lot of mismanagement on the German side in terms of orders and a lot of lacking of action I've seen as well. So now with the British sending everything that they've got here, and the fact that, again, we got so much on the outside, we could see that the British might actually get a foothold in Goodwood as well, and then they're going to be joined up by this squad to come in. But the British could still win this one. Because the Germans aren't closing everything in. They're just kind of stuck on their orders. And when we have these massive macro fights of anywhere, I want to say, after 120 players, a lot of middle-level command, like platoon leaders rather than the company leader, need to make those decisions, actually move forces around, because if they don't, you just end up in static positions and you're defeated in detail. Time mark, we're at the 1:06 mark, so 12 more minutes until Charnwood is taken. I just saw a pick-off on a Blue Fort guy right here by, I think, Watts. If it wasn't Watts, it might have been Oddball. He's on 2 kills. We got 2 wounded right here. Gamer keeps trying to get them sorted. We do have a medic nearby. Actually, 2 medics, but we'll see if they're routed back. Whale wakes back up. And now we got the 9 additional infantry on the scout cars ready to come in. Once they realize that there isn't really any defense here, they could route a majority of the infantry over and keep just a few. And then with Charnwood, they get tied of the game, and then with Goodwood, they can win the game. But again, it's such a shame that we have so much infantry out here waiting for a flanking push that's never going to come from the enemy, and instead their entire center line is getting their butts kicked, and they don't realize they need to push in to assist. Because now they've let the British forces trickle all their forces in over a 10-minute window, and they just didn't route things accordingly. Cromwell came in and got annihilated in CQC by some of the infantry that were on the side. I predicted that. And now, what are these chuckleheads doing? Are they going to now go north and take the bridge and then come in? Why? You can just dismount in Charnwood and push in. I have no idea what the heck those chuckleheads are doing. They got the plane overhead doing low passes, and the AA guns are trying to route themselves to still shoot them down, but at this point, there's more pressing local matters. So I think the German defense is still sufficient to hold this off, but I was really hoping we'd see the scouts come in. Tackleberry gets spotted and taken out from across the building. And his body's having a bit of a pathing issue. Finally, Twig King gets a shot on him, but that was kind of funny. Sam trying to do strafes on that AA Vic, coming in at various different turns and angles to keep them spinning. Now we have the Hunter-Killer vehicle slowly coming in, but yeah, no, we have an entire squad out here. I mean, they need to find a vehicle to route in, because at this rate, they're not even going to be able to shoot their guns anymore. They're going to run out of room. We got 3 British guys right here. They're a vehicle crew with handguns. Don't stop. Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? No freaking way. We just had an old school Western shootout with Webley revolvers. Just kill the gunners. And they're gonna now take it and use it. I hope they radio up to the aircraft to say, hey, we just killed him. Please don't strafe us. My God. Look at this guy, though. He's doing a great job. He's crawling through. He's gonna try to get on the rear of the British line. At this point, it's whoever can get behind the enemy first is gonna be able to deal out some massive multi-kills. Scouts have come up. There's a lot of debris on the road that's preventing movement. So they're just trying to lock this road down to establish a spearhead, and then maybe we'll see more infantry come in. Big Iron intensifies, yeah, right? Big Iron on his hip, good God. So I wonder what they're going to potentially do now, because they can't get their vehicles through. Looks like most of them have dismounted, and they're going to now walk it on foot. Join up with a defensive line still pushing here. Looks like this one guy, he was spotted and taken out. That's unfortunate. Hoping he can make a major play. And we still have... Is their ground command? Kremit's dead. Oh, he died out here, yeah. So him and I'm assuming, yeah, various platoon commanders are also dead. So there's just no communication to tell this element on the right flank that they're in so much trouble. Montez, though, is alone. He's slowly crawling in. He's on 2 kills. And no one's watching the forest, so theoretically he could do some pretty nasty damage. You got Manco back here, holding security on the far side, but I guess somehow that guy slipped by. Swolla's dead. He died with those 12 kills. Which is really unfortunate because he was in a position to potentially rack up to 18. But he still would have died if him and Harna switched positions. And then he's got the Piat, so he could also destroy the half-track. A well-placed grenade. Mons, please, a well-placed grenade. Oh. Please. I love that he's walking, too, to hide his footsteps. A single well-placed grenade could utterly annihilate this liner, too. The first one being, yes, yes, he heard me. Amazing. Absolutely incredible. He gets 3 with that. Throws some more. Now AT the vehicle. Gets that guy. Kaiser's got his binos out. He's gonna spot Mons. Oh, Mons. He's gonna spot Bishop. If he looks left, gets the double tap. There's Bishop. Oh my God. He gets a quick reload in. Kaiser's gonna run in front of him. Gets Kaiser. We have a wake up by an MG gunner. Oh, wild grenade thrown. Bishop wakes back up. And the grenade double taps Bishop. Oh, Mons, come on. You have to kill the vehicle with the Piat, buddy. Marvin doing the smart thing and trying to now get an outflank. Mons not going to be looking in Marvin's direction. Marvin has an opportunity for a headshot. Misses. And Marvin gets him on the second one. That was a great elimination of infantry. And now I don't have to worry about that infantry element coming in and assisting because most of them have died. Now I'd say OFCRA have the advantage on Goodwood. They still have a full squad in Charnwood. That's going to be cashed in another 5 minutes, and then that wave of infantry is going to join in. Pretty sure this is going to be an OFCRA victory at this point. Which, again, statistically, once again, the attacking faction loses like a platoon's worth of infantry on an ambush, and then they somehow still win. That's what I was talking about with the statistics earlier. Like, for whatever reason, if you just lose an entire platoon in the beginning of the op, you're statistically more likely to win an OFCRA mission. I don't know why that's the case. But here we are. Another win. Now, it's not a guarantee, but looking at the numbers, if this were to be cashed out right now, the British would win it. And we still have Phobos on the outside. He could go in to get that additional point. Humans thrive on adversary, right? Or adversity. Ooh, oh my god. I watched that grenade. I thought it was going to roll down that roof. It rolled off the other one and got Deadly Mouse. Also, Ian, buddy, how you doing? Remember, everybody, we can do whatever we want on Twitch, as long as our Twitch overlords approve it. So we have to do what Ian says. Ian, I should show you a picture of what I made for lunch. It's drawn my food group. I'll get that to you while I'm setting up the next mission. Alright, Deadly Mouse wakes back up. But we've got 7 German defenders in the AO, and they're being pushed by at least 20 British guys at the moment. Well, mixed in with some Canadians, of course. Audrey's now pushing a building that has some of those Germans. He's got a Sten grenade, throws an AT grenade inside. Cash-in's in 2.5 minutes now. And again, we have so many German forces that are on the outskirts that are now going to try to route in, but there's still a solid defensive line. Audrey gets taken out by Callie with that MG42. That's the second. Yeah, the other guy in there has the frickin' Panzerschreck backpack with an MG42, so they're loaded for war at this point. We've got more British forces coming in. Why is Ian our overlord? Well, he's got that little wrench symbol next to his name. If you hover over it, it says staff. And I'm pretty sure that I don't have a badge on my channel with a wrench icon that when you highlight it, says the word staff on it. So, you know. Plus, it's next to his sub badge, which means, he's probably legit. You can't hover over him? Well, Sea Turtle, aren't you hovering over your phone? Therefore, don't you know if you hover over something, it highlights its name, it just appears above its head like video game logic? You gotta love the dedication of Jeff right here. Literally everyone to his left is dying. There's now 3 infantry left in the AO, and he's still on this PAK gun with Seawolf. Literally, his entire right flank has collapsed. His left flank is losing the objective, but this man is dedicated to stay on this PAK gun. I admire these two's dedication, regardless of what may or may not be going on. That's another Blue 4 member taken out. And we've got 2 remaining. We've got Kevin with the MG42 and Nick with the Kar 98. Hey, they got their orders, yeah. It's fair. Kevin flanking around, MG42 and CQC like this can outperform everything. He's just got to be cautious with it. He's reloading a fresh belt. Turns the corner. Whale gets up. MG42 reigns supreme. Does Wojak turn around? He does not. And he gets MG42 in the back. There's a 70-minute mark. 4 points on the board. 4 OP4, 20 minutes remaining. Can Kevin... Oh, he's the last guy in the AO. Can Kevin channel his inner Audrey Hotto? That really is the kiss of death, isn't it? Jesus Christ. It really is. It really freaking is, dude. Oh my god. I know we joke about that all the time, but that's just the funniest freaking thing. Oh. I know, I speak to Audrey Hotto on occasion as well. I thought Swola had 12 kills in the first 10 minutes of this round, so I genuinely thought he was going to get close. And then Harna got up to 7 or 8 kills, and then they both got killed off. But even between the two of them, they still wouldn't have beat his 21-24 record, so... Alright, we got the rest of the German forces coming in from over here. Is Audrey Hotto ever going to come back? Nah, I don't think so. Here, I'm going to be honest. Someone just blew up over there. Platoon command! Oh, no. Oh, that's only a platoon. Okay, it's not company. We got some heavy suppression going out. Vehicles now randomly cooking off. Alright. We got some fire coming in as Germans are trying to push up. We do have some members dead right here. They're taking suppressive fire from that couple wagon with the MG42 on it. God damn. Can you imagine crawling through that while fire's ripping through that little thin plank wood fence? Good God. Let me guess. These guys are still on the PAK gun. I love them! Oh! Random Russian player running by. Huh, I wonder what he's doing. Do they have a long-range radio? That's even funnier. This guy probably heard so much, but hey, nothing was to him. Keep that PAK gun facing forward. Legend has it that 80 years later, they still are mounted on that PAK gun today. They're skeletons, at least. It's like Aang from Avatar. Oh my god. So yeah, now all the British forces are just coming into this AO. Holy crap. We have a Russian player coming in. He's so based, he's already died once and he's back for more. What a Chad. Grenade goes in, but grenades can't stop Russian players. I gotta be very careful what I say, but alright, grenade goes out. Right onto Oddball's position. He's going to break away. Another grenade goes out. Hey, I at least got to give him credit. He's actually throwing grenades and doing what he can. Staying in really good positions, trying to reload. He is literally dodging fire right here. And Gerald runs up and MG42s him point blank. Ooh. Meanwhile, hey Jeff. See that smoke grenade over there? You think we should... What's over there, Jeff? Wait. That's a beautiful forest. But what's that smoke grenade? I don't know. Can you get into contact with our garrison over there? No. Ooh. We have a PAK gun, though. Yeah, we should be watching down the road, just like what we're told. Yeah, keep watching that direction, though. I'll watch over here. I still hear that AA gun firing. That's our AA gun, so, you know, it's probably nothing bad, right? Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, we'll keep watching down the road. There's a bunny. Again, admire the dedication of these two to watch this road with that PAK gun. Literally the last two guys closest to the object. Did he just launch himself into the street and ragdoll and die? We didn't even say if they were gonna channel their inner Audrey Hotto. Oh. No. He somehow went forward. He left the PAK gun. He made a pact with this PAK gun. And as soon as he went too far from the PAK gun, he was struck down for his hubris. Oh my god. The curse of the PAK gun. Oh, that's funny. Here, one second. I just realized I'm... Oh, my TeamSpeak completely crashed. That's crazy. Ah, there we go. We're back. All right. I'm gonna be honest, guys. It's pretty much over. There are 13 minutes left on the clock. I know we've got that same amount of time for the D-Day off. I'm gonna tab out real quick to get them sorted on that. Give me 1 second. Oh my god. Because we do have that operation as well, so just give me a second.
Channel switched.
Oh boy, that voice is back. Bookmarks, manage. Alright. We'll run that one a little late, that's fine. The PAK gun is the real winner. Yeah. I love how he's still manning it. I can't believe what I've seen today in this op. Alright, meanwhile, we have some vehicles, scouting Vics, that have been taken out here. We've got the Hunter Killer Vic finally coming in. It's found the river, though, so it's running out of positions to run. We got some German forces turning around and trying to come in. Is Phobos in the 8? Yes, he is. That's the bonus point for that objective. So even if the Germans were to take this position back, it would be 4-3 at that point. So I don't think there's any way the Germans can win this mission at this point. Because that's worth 3 points, but... Wait, no. I'm misremembering. The Germans got 2 points because they took Epsom. The British have those 2 points, so there is technically a fight for that AO, and I just saw an officer guy go down. It wasn't the ground commander, though. All right. So technically, whoever controls Goodwood by the end will win. So if the German forces do route in and take Goodwood, they could still win it. But what is the likelihood of that? Germans, I think at this point, are outnumbered 2-1. But they're still slowly moving up this position. We have a vehicle that's been dismounted right here in the middle. Crazy's crawling away from it. All right. I mean, at least the odds aren't 0, right? But Phobos needs to stay defensive somewhere. Because worst comes to worst, he is still worth a single point. And we just saw Crazy get killed off. I don't know, we got 3 here versus 6. Again, 2-1. Got 2 in the back line with a big chunk of British players sweeping around. Tough call. But yeah, I wasn't expecting OFCRA to be late by 30 minutes, and it's only going to mean we're going to be like 5 to 10 minutes late on the D-Day up, so... Not too much there, and then we should still have plenty of time for the POG operation, because I doubt D-Day is going to take more than an hour. 50 count now suppressing left. Why are you all the way out here? Like, what? We just have weird routes going on. 2 more German players on this side. Drago's had to jump into the river, and it looks like he got stuck because the powers of the French River of Normandy have ceased him. They've held him in place. I just love how we have guys stealing 42s. Drago gets an angle on Watts and takes him out, and Watts is stuck with a -1 kill and is somehow AO? Anyway. Drago's the only one left. Mr. Puma's magical adventure. Yeah, at that rate, he's all the way back there. And standing guard throughout the entire operation is Seawolf, because he knows if he leaves this position, he's going to end up dead like his buddy, not to the enemy, but to the fact they made a pact with this PAK 40. Good God. 8 more minutes. You know, funny enough, Seawolf could run in here if all of these guys run out of the AO last minute, and he could score. Now, Phobos isn't going to leave the AO for any reason because he's worth an additional point there, but it would be funny if these guys left and then he ran in at the last minute and took it, and it would still technically be a German victory. Now, coulda, woulda, shoulda. It would be funny. But I don't think that's what we're going to get. All right. Now he's back. Marauding around. Cult of the PAK 40. Oh, God. Sounds like Cult of the Lamb with extra steps. Is he... He's thinking about it. He's looking around. Oh, there he goes. He's left the PAK 40. He's probably going to die, but hey, that's fine. The curse of the PAK 40. We're going to look back there and he's going to be dead. Monkey gets shot in the back, but the radio absorbs the rounds. Henderson trying to get an angle. He's going to throw a grenade, maybe? Nope, Engil's coming around. Does he spot him? He does not. Monkey now around on the side. Yeah, isn't it, gamer? Wow, they both hit each other. You got blood. You don't have any blood right there, though, interestingly enough. Hold on. CQC with an MP40. Here comes Engel. Shoots him in the leg. Oh, delayed reaction, but he goes down. Ash, meanwhile, watching from afar. The peeping medic. All right, I'm going to wrap this up in 2 minutes because there's no point at this point. You got the PAK 40 driving around. Wait. If the PAK 40 goes around and dismounts both people and Seawolf runs in, that will be 3-2. That means it's going to be a tie game. And then I have to refund the prediction. But they've got 5 minutes to do that. Alright. Hold on, I'm going to tab out and go put the server up so we can just immediately transfer into that for the D-Day op. Christ. Already tested server side with a boot. I know it works. Of course, sometimes we do that and things still magically break, but hey, at least we get them working. Come on, Seawolf. What are you going to do? You're all that's left at this point. Maybe you'll get some reinforcements because they're going to utilize the bridge over here, right? Yeah, the bridge is all the way up there. They could do it. No, you wouldn't be funnier if they went on the MSR and then Seawolf blew them up with the PAK 40. That's not going to happen. They're probably going to take this route in instead. But it would be absolutely funny if they came around and then Seawolf... Ah, we're teasing ourselves. Was something that would be incredibly funny if it were to happen. Dude. You can't use logic in this game. That would require people to use their brains. Oh, but that plan gets completely defeated if these guys actually run into that AO. 3.5 minutes. They're going to literally charge into that AO. Seawolf has to join them. We could actually have a tie game if Seawolf is... If he leaves his PAK 40 behind. That's the only way we're going to have a tie game here. Come on, Seawolf. I believe in you. I know your buddy left and died on the road. But you gotta... Wait. He's looking around. He's thinking about it. It's a heavy thing to think about, though. He has to leave his PAK 40 behind. Unless these guys come around and get into the AO, in which case it's over. I'm going to be honest, if I see these guys go into this zone, I'm just going to GG it, pay it out to Op4, and then move on, because... Alright, they've crossed the bridge. It's a 2-player crew in there, right? Yeah, so it's going to rely on Seawolf to run in as well. Because what it means if there's a tied amount of players in the zone is that neither side gets it, but the British side still has their commander in the zone, so they would get a point, so it would be 3-2 at that point. Because the Germans got Charnwood. No, I'm sorry. The Germans got Epson. The British got Charnwood. So both are at 2-2 right now. This final AO is worth 3 points, and if you have your field commander or your side commander in it, that's another 1 point. I feel like they're going to run the people in here, though. But Seawolf, buddy, you got to run in there. I know you don't want to leave this PAK gun, guys. But you got to go. You got to go. Come on. He's doing it. He's doing it. Nope. And he goes back. It's like watching a meerkat. Just slowly try to leave his little... It's no. It's what... God, what animal do we watch every year to see if it leaves its shell? Or, not shell, God, the hole, and if, you know, winter. Groundhog. Bloodwing just said that out loud. Wait. Why are you looting? You have a minute. It's GG. They stopped to loot. Why are you looting a sniper rifle when you have a minute left in the AO? What? Why? Skipoo! Why? You... I hate this game so freaking much. I forgot. Nothing will stop a player's will to loot something if they see it on the side of the road. It's all over, guys. Greed won. The British won. GG. That's why the Rothschilds rule the world. Anyway, don't go anywhere, because we're literally going to go right into another operation. And there it is. British won. Should be like 5-2. No, 6-2. because of everything in there, but we're waiting to see if it calculates, but at the same time, doesn't matter. It's like a turtle when it goes back into its shell. It didn't even calculate, but yeah, no, the British had the amount of people in there. They had the ground commander there. It should be 6-2. Regardless, we'll be back in a moment. We have to set up for the next stream. So BRB.